Yeah, hey friends, Benjamin here, and I am tooling the feet, the foots, the bottoms of these right now, and I just thought it'd be a really fun moment to share some hanging out philosophy stuff. So, if you're in that mood, I'm going to talk a lot about today. The theme is starting before you're ready. You cannot, I've heard this wonderful one recently, you cannot steer the car if it's not moving. You can't learn from mistakes without making mistakes. One of the greatest adages about getting good at something is making all the mistakes around that thing. And we all learn so much from our mistakes, right? Or at least I think that's why we have them, or we continue to have them, is so that we can learn those lessons from them. If you agree, leave me a comment that you agree about that. My new thing is this right here. The YouTube is really actually quite fun. I'm going to make an analogy with it. When I'm journaling, okay? When you're journaling, and I recommend journaling to anyone that is not doing it, it is so good. If you're feeling lost and you need clarity, or if you're doing something really powerful at the moment, which I hope all of you are, I hope everyone that's listening is doing something that to them has great meaning and purpose. Because when you have great meaning and purpose in your life, then every day you wake up with great meaning and purpose, which means how can I perform at a higher level so that I can serve in the best way? Whether it's making mugs or doing YouTube videos or improving your own health and doing self-care so that you can show up for other people in a higher and better way, right? So, and if you want to talk more about purpose, that's my word. I would love to be known as the guy that can tell you all about purpose. And a large part of understanding our purpose is starting before we think that we're ready. So in journaling, what you do is you have to be, because of the economy, you're writing things down, you really start to recognize the time that it takes to do that, and you start to prioritize the thoughts or the experience that is most important in that process, right? So if I'm going to spend time, I've got 5 minutes to write in my journal, what am I going to write that's going to give the greatest reward, the greatest return on investment of that time? And it might be just the experience of doing it. If nothing comes up, that's totally legit. Just doing the practice is, again, the most important part. The rest of it, we learn as we go, but we just have to go. So what I do is I think about, you think about what's the most important thing. And so you start to learn more and more about who you are and what you value. And so journaling, of course, we all know this. I believe that we all know this. I don't assume anything anymore. Journaling can really help you to get to know yourself on a deeper level. I don't presume to know myself on a deeper level. I just continue to strive to not make an idiot of myself. And I find, just like in diet, a good diet is, I'm feeling good these days, a good diet is not about what you do eat. In today's world, generally speaking, there's so much food, and we're going to get our nutrition somewhere. It's in what you're not eating. What you're not eating, for most of us, determines our health. So we can change our lives in an additive and a subtractive manner, right? So that one is going in the subtractive manner, getting rid of things that are crap for us, so that creates a vacuum. And in that vacuum, we are hungry, so we eat things that are good for us. That's why people say a good diet is one not in the kitchen, but in the store. If you don't bring it home to begin with, then you won't have it, right? So that's just a little bit of strategy around hacking systems to help us to live our best life. And our best life being living our purpose. And the beauty about that is we don't know what that is. It's one of those gifts that continues to give. So if you're not really sure about your purpose right now, your purpose always is to learn what your purpose is and to go as deep into it as you can. There's an old adage about not being able to, you don't have to see every stair to climb the staircase. Well, this is one of those very obvious situations where that's true. I consider this journey kind of like as you would the landscape outside. It's an internal landscape in a similar manner where we're going to have peaks and valleys, right? We've all heard these stories too. There's peaks and valleys on the journey. And oftentimes we're in a valley, and sometimes we're in a valley for years. Unfortunately, many people are in the valley their whole lives. Sometimes it takes a traumatic moment for them to see what you would see from the mountaintop. And a lot of us, go to a mountaintop, and it might even be a false summit. There's more there. I love speaking in analogy. It's fantastic. So start before you're ready. That doesn't mean don't have a strategy. That doesn't mean, go reckless. You can take great care in this journey. As a matter of fact, we should take great care. We don't want to hurt ourselves or others. And for every journey, that means something different, doesn't it? I'm going to talk a little bit about energy. God, I'm so glad that we are having this conversation right now because I wanted to share this so badly. When I was a much younger man, I would have moments of such elated energy that I felt like I was going to explode into light. Maybe you had that sensation. I invite you to remember it again and just experience that. Like just the remembering. How wonderful is that, And when I had those feelings, I would be so full of energy. I'd hurt myself. I would ride my motorcycle too fast and I'd crash. I would run the mountain too fast and grab a limb, and the limb would break and I'd fall and I'd hurt my leg. I would do or say things that were damaging to me because I had so much energy that needed to be expressed in some manner or another. I don't know if you've experienced that or if you are stuck in that loop yourself right now, because what happens if you start to do that, then you program yourself, you ask yourself to not have as much energy. Because if I have so much energy, I'm going to hurt myself or others. So I'm gonna ask the world, or I'm gonna close off to all that energy. I'm gonna close that channel. Wow, what a sad thing if that happens, isn't that? So if we then can embrace the power with responsibility, in other words, let that energy that has come into our body through being open to abundance and God and the world and all things incredible and wondrous, then let's use that energy to heal ourselves or others, or in a constructive manner. That was usually my favorite way to do that. I was constantly hurting myself enough that when I started to recognize that I was getting so energetic, I would take that energy and I would turn it in And I just I would feel it in my stomach, and I'd express it in a smile. And I noticed that the smile, if you think of the stomach as the energy, the smile was like the light, and it actually burned some of that energy out, which was pretty cool. So I want to remind you guys to tune into your energy. Tune into it and recognize your energy when you invite starting the journey of purpose and starting that journey with purpose. Get behind your why. Why are you doing the do? What does it mean to you and to the ones you love, and where do you draw the line in the sand? Oftentimes there's an adversary. Who is that adversary? Know that person too, or corporation, or what have you. Movement, emotion, idea. It can be anything, especially if it triggers emotion in you. Because if this, so now we're going down the road of emotions, and I just love sharing this because I've spent a little bit of time experimenting with emotions because we have them, and they kind of dictate our experience of life. If I'm having a happy emotion, then in my life I'm happy. If I'm having a confused or sad emotion, then my life experience is confused and sad. So I want to look at how it is that I can manage my emotions. I don't want to lose them because they're so powerful. Remember, one of my favorite things I learned about them is if it feels good to you, it's the right thing. If it's something that you enjoy doing, it's the right. As an artist, I love doing this. I love it, And for a long time, people thought because you love doing a thing, you shouldn't get paid to do it or something like that. How freaking ridiculous. This is value. There's enormous amounts of value. And the reason that, one of the reasons that I like doing this is because I know I'm very good at it. I've done it for a long time. I've put in so freaking many hours, and I sought out teachers wherever I could, and I made all the mistakes. I tried everything unabashedly. I'm not afraid to fail with this material because that's how you learn about it, right? And I hope that that's how we practice almost all things in our lives, right? So start before you're ready. Your life is composed of what you practice. Because what you practice, you get good at. And what you practice, you're doing every day. So that's your life, just like your emotional experience. And this is going to tie into that. So do things that feel good, because then you're going to not only practice feeling good, but you're also going to practice that thing that feels good. And you're going to get better at it. And better and better and better, because what you practice, you get good at. Now, the adverse is true, right? If you practice putting things off, you get good at putting things off. If you practice what you love, you get good at what you love. And also, neurons are connected in an emotional manner as well. If we have stress in our lives for a very long time, then our body gets addicted to cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and we just we create habits of creating more stress for ourselves. You see how it's a vicious circle, and how this moment right now really matters, because you're making a choice right now to either move, oh, I need to do this, to either move more deeply into your purpose, or you're practicing putting it off. Did you think that we could have so much fun in here? I know, I love it too. Well, that concludes today's musings in the studio. I really want to thank you for being here. My name is Benjamin. This year I'm doing a shorts challenge on YouTube, and I'm going to hopefully gain 1,000 subscribers this year, true fans. So don't follow if you're a hater, or actually that's fine. I'm gonna open your heart. You're gonna experience love, and you're gonna join this community in a way like, yeah, let's do this. Thanks for enjoying the journey with me, you guys. And if you have any questions or any philosophy that you would like to ponder with me, I'm inviting that. I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing this because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the studio. My wife, Rebecca, joined the business, and she's now more of the front facing, doing the markets and stuff. And I'm in the studio making. So we're going to have some time together here. Let me know what you'd like to hear me muse about next. Subscribe, hit the notify, share it with your friends, all the things. Love you guys.